My beloved, this is not just a message, it's heaven's last whisper before the doors close. Yet those doors are not closing to frighten you, they are closing because a chapter of your life has finally served its purpose. What you're feeling right now, that gentle pull in your spirit, is not panic, it's alignment. It's the sense that something meaningful is unfolding, something your heart has quietly longed for even when your mind couldn't name it. There is a reason your soul feels stirred in this moment. It's because God says, if you truly love me, open this right now, not as a threat but as an invitation to awareness. This moment matters not because something will vanish, but because something inside you is waking up. Your heart recognizes that heaven speaks when a shift is happening, when your life is ready to rise into a new rhythm of peace, clarity, and purpose. Feel how the atmosphere around you seems softer, almost brighter. That's because Archangel Michael stands beside you, not holding urgency like a blade but holding guidance like a lantern. His presence doesn't come to warn you of danger, it comes to remind you that you're supported, watched over, deeply known. This message is not a countdown, it's a conversation heaven has waited for you to be ready to receive. Before we go deeper, let your spirit breathe. You're not here by accident, you're here because something inside you has been asking for reassurance, asking for direction, asking for a sign that you're not walking your path alone. And heaven answers those questions not with fear but with tenderness. So yes, stay connected, stay open, because when the heart is ready, the divine always sends the exact words needed. Listen closely now, my child, because this part matters. The presence you felt in quiet moments, the warmth, the memories, the sense of being accompanied, is not something to fear, it's heaven reminding you that love never disappears, it transforms. A loved one you cherish still lives in the arms of God, held in peace, held in light. You're not receiving messages from them directly, but heaven carries the comfort of their memory to reassure your heart. Let that truth settle into you like a warm embrace. Every tear you've cried, every silent prayer you whispered in the dark, none of it was lost. Heaven heard you long before you realized your strength was growing. God says, I am not late, my child, I am right on time. Not because time is running out, but because you are finally ready to receive what your spirit has been growing toward. You feel your heart racing a little, don't you? Not out of fear, but because your soul recognizes divine timing. When heaven aligns something, you feel it, not as pressure but as clarity. Archangel Michael leans close to your spirit and whispers, stay present, stay open. These words carry guidance, not threat. They tell you that this moment is sacred simply because you are aware enough to feel it. Why does it feel so intense right now? Because heaven often speaks during thresholds, moments where the past loosens its grip and the future begins to bloom. You've been in a season of almosts, almost receiving, almost breaking through, almost finding peace. This moment is not a last chance, it's a gentle nudge forward. A reminder that you're stepping into the part of your story where things finally land. Let yourself feel the warmth rising across your spirit. That's not urgency, it's reassurance. The quiet brush of memory, the sudden emotional softness, the unexpected calm. These are signs that heaven is comforting you, guiding you toward trust, not pressuring you toward fear. You are safe, you are supported, you are deeply loved. God says, if you love me, trust me in this moment. Your blessing is not tied to obedience through fear, but to openness through faith. What heaven has prepared for you does not disappear if you take a breath, it grows as you grow. This message is not a test, it's an invitation to step into clarity, peace, and the promise God has placed within you. Think of all the times you have come close to breakthrough. The door didn't slam to punish you, it stayed closed because your heart needed more healing, more strength, more understanding. But now you're ready, now the pieces are connecting, now you're walking into a season where you won't lose what's meant for you. Archangel Michael says, do not let your past define your decisions. Not because danger waits, but because your future deserves your full presence. Feel how heaven pulls you gently forward, not with fear but with guidance, not with pressure but with promise. Your spirit is whispering that this moment is important. Not because something is at risk, but because something is unfolding. Something that has been waiting for your readiness, for your healing, for your heart to say, yes, I'm ready now. Let the soft hum in your chest become a reminder, not a warning. A reminder that heaven is close, a reminder that you are never abandoned, a reminder that your life still holds beauty, purpose, and grace waiting to be revealed. My beloved child, lean in just a little more. The veil between where you are and where you're going is thin, not because time is short, but because you are stepping into clarity. Heaven stands with you, guiding your heart, strengthening your spirit, and opening pathways you once thought were impossible. And all of this, every whisper, every warmth, every moment, is happening because heaven sees you, loves you, and is leading you gently into the next chapter of your life. There's a reason your spirit leaned forward the moment these words reached you. Not because something terrible waits, but because something meaningful is unfolding. Heaven nudges you in moments like this, not to frighten you but to help you notice what your heart has been quietly needing. The feeling rising in your chest right now is not panic, it's recognition. Something in your spirit knows this moment carries weight. Listen closely, my beloved, because this moment is more important than it seems. Not because time is running out in a dangerous way, but because clarity arrives in windows. Those windows are precious, and when your heart is open, heaven fills them with guidance. God says, my beloved, I've been speaking to your heart for a long time. Not to warn you of loss, but to prepare you for a turning point. This is not a threat, it's an invitation to awareness. Archangel Michael speaks in a tone that carries momentum, not fear. He says, stay present, stay awake. Something beautiful is aligning. His presence doesn't rush you, it steadies you. His words don't pressure you, they position you. He stands near you, not because danger surrounds you, but because support surrounds you. Heaven leans in with urgency only when your heart is finally ready to rise. Feel your breath settle as you read this. That warmth spreading through you is not a warning, it's reassurance. Heaven is not pushing you, it's lifting you. The tug you feel inside isn't panic, it's purpose. Your soul has been whispering for direction, and now that direction is finding you. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now, when you're open enough to hear it. My precious child, notice how different your heart feels compared to a moment ago. There's a shift happening within you, soft but undeniable. You're not being told to hurry out of fear, you're being invited to stay because your spirit is absorbing truth it has needed for a long time. Heaven uses urgency the way a sunrise uses light, not to scare you awake but to gently show what you couldn't see in the dark. Look at how the air around you feels more alive. This is not danger, it's awakening. Heaven moves closest when your spirit reaches a point of readiness, and right now you are ready in ways you haven't been before. Ready to release old burdens, ready to embrace new clarity, ready to step into the part of your story where understanding replaces confusion. God says, "My beloved, I've been guiding you softly toward this moment. Not with fear but with patterns, repeated thoughts, familiar signs, gentle inner nudges. These weren't warnings, they were reminders that you're seen, known, and carried. The urgency you sense is simply the feeling of divine timing meeting human readiness. It's the sound of your spirit aligning with your next chapter. Let that truth settle deeply. This moment is about alignment, not alarm. You've walked through seasons that felt heavy, you've carried weight that no one else saw, you've held questions that never found answers. And heaven has watched not in silence but in patience, waiting for the precise moment your heart would open wide enough to receive the answers it longed for. Archangel Michael leans closer now, not to warn you but to guide you. His voice is steady, warm, grounding. He says, "You're closer to breakthrough than you realize, stay attentive, stay open." His words don't threaten, they encourage. They remind you that your journey hasn't been random. Every twist, every delay, every ache has been preparing you for a moment of clarity like this. There is purpose in the urgency you feel. It's the purpose that rises when something important is being revealed. The way your heart beats a little faster when truth knocks at the door, the way your mind quiets when heaven whispers something meant only for you. This urgency is the energy of breakthrough, not the fear of loss. Allow yourself to feel how supported you truly are. Heaven doesn't rush you out of panic, it rushes to you out of love. God says, "I'm with you, I've always been with you." And now something in you is finally ready to understand what I've been shaping in silence. Your tears, your loneliness, your questions, they were never ignored. They were seeds planted deep, and now those seeds are beginning to rise. My beloved, let your heart unclench just a little. Feel the softness returning, the peace awakening, the clarity settling. This message is a bridge, not a warning. It is here to move you gently from confusion into understanding, from heaviness into hope, from wandering into direction. Notice the calm beneath the urgency. That calm is heaven's signature. That's how you know this moment is sacred, not scary. Urgency with fear leads to panic, urgency with peace leads to breakthrough. And what you feel right now is the second kind, the kind that tells you something meaningful is happening inside you. Let yourself lean into this a little more. Your heart has carried questions about your future, your purpose, your next step. You've wondered when things would shift, when clarity would arrive, when peace would replace pressure. Heaven is answering those questions through this moment, not with warnings but with direction. This is your moment of awakening, not your moment of alarm. You're standing in a thin place, a place where your soul is more open, more receptive, more aware of divine presence than usual. Archangel Michael stands with you, not as a guard against danger, but as a guide toward destiny. God's voice wraps gently around your spirit. My child, I am not rushing you, I am revealing you. Trust what you feel right now, it is the unfolding of your next chapter. Stay with this beloved, stay present. Not because something bad will happen if you don't, but because something beautiful is happening when you do. This is not the edge of vanishing, this is the beginning of awakening. There's a reason your heart leans closer with every word you read. This isn't fear rising in you, it's awareness. Something deep inside you knows this moment carries weight, not the weight of danger, but the weight of possibility. Heaven speaks with urgency only when your spirit is finally ready to receive what it couldn't carry before. The quickening in your chest isn't panic, it's recognition. You are stepping into a moment that was meant for you. Listen carefully because your soul is responding to truth, not threat. God's eyes are on you, not with judgment but with tenderness. He sees the way your breath shifts, he feels the emotion you've pushed down for so long rising back up. And he whispers, I gave them this moment to remind them they're not forgotten. This is not a countdown of fear, it's a window of clarity. It's heaven leaning close, saying, stay here, you're finally hearing me. You've always been different, and heaven has always seen that. You weren't chosen because you're perfect, you were chosen because you carry depth, compassion, and resilience that many never understood. People may have underestimated you, some may have walked away before knowing your worth. But every tear, every unanswered question, every lonely night shaped something rare within you. Those moments didn't break you, they prepared you. Feel how the room shifts ever so slightly as you read this. It isn't danger, it's atmosphere. It's that sacred pull your spirit feels when truth brushes past. Archangel Michael stands near, not to warn you of harm, but to anchor you in strength. His presence reminds you that you've been protected, guided, lifted in ways you didn't even recognize. The urgency in his voice is encouragement, an invitation, not a threat. Saying, stay awake, something beautiful is unfolding. Your hesitation has been your greatest battle, not your enemy's. And heaven knows this. Doubt interrupts what your spirit already knows, fear slows what your heart deeply wants. But this moment is different. Not because it's a last chance, but because you're finally steady enough to move forward without collapsing under the weight of uncertainty. Heaven meets you here, because your heart is open enough to listen. Let the warmth in your hands and the heaviness in your chest guide you, not alarm you. These sensations aren't warnings, they're signals of alignment. When your spirit locks into what heaven designed for you, your body reacts. Peace may feel intense at first, because you're not used to receiving it this clearly. But allow yourself to notice how calm sits beneath the urgency. That calm is heaven's fingerprint. God says, I carry what you thought you carried alone. Your silent battles, your buried emotions, your unanswered prayers, none of it slipped past him. Even when you doubted, even when you broke down, even when you nearly quit. He held you quietly. This moment isn't God demanding anything, it's God reminding you that you're still supported, still chosen, still guided towards something meaningful. Stay here because something inside you knows this message matters. Not because something bad will happen if you leave, but because something important awakens when you stay. Heaven isn't watching with fear, it's watching with hope. Your spirit isn't trembling with worry, it's trembling with recognition. You are finally stepping toward the clarity you've been asking for. Let the urgency be a signal of importance, not threat. It's the same urgency you feel before a big decision, a new beginning, or a shift you've secretly prayed for. Heaven isn't counting down danger, it's counting up possibilities. The more you stay present, the more your next chapter starts taking shape. Your readiness is opening doors, not closing them. Think about everything you've endured and survived. The nights when tears felt heavier than words, the days when you pretended to be strong, even while your heart cracked behind the smile. The moments of betrayal, confusion, loss, all of it shaped a depth in you that heaven can work with. Nothing was wasted. And now you're standing in a moment where all those pieces begin to align. Feel the atmosphere shift again, not with fear but with clarity. This is not about storms forming around you, it's about strength forming within you. You're not being warned of danger, you're being prepared for breakthrough. You're not being told to run, you're being told to rise. Archangel Michael speaks gently yet firmly, guiding your focus. He says, stay present, stay open, stay willing. Not because harm waits if you don't, but because growth waits when you do. His wings don't guard you from darkness, they guide you toward light. His sword doesn't strike threats, it cuts through confusion. His voice doesn't shout in fear, it resonates with purpose. Your spirit is waking up because your next chapter is calling. The urgency you feel is the same urgency a seed feels when it's ready to break through the soil. It's the urgency of possibility, not pressure. It's the urgency of becoming, not escaping. Heaven is not pushing you, it's inviting you. God says, "My child, I chose you because I trust what I placed in you." Your miracle, your blessing, your breakthrough, your healing is not fragile. It's not disappearing, it's simply waiting for your heart to open fully. The moment you lean into this guidance, peace replaces pressure. Clarity replaces confusion, strength replaces hesitation. This urgency isn't here to frighten you, it's here to awaken you. You're standing at the edge of revelation, not loss. At the edge of new beginning, not collapse. At the edge of understanding, not fear. Heaven is not shouting at you, it's calling you gently but firmly toward what you've prayed for. Stay here a little longer, beloved. Not because you must, but because your soul is finally ready to. You're not running out of time, you're stepping into alignment. What comes next in your story is not about fear. It's about transformation, it's about clarity, it's about the moment you realize you were chosen for more. My beloved, hear me with a steady heart. Something in you already knows this moment isn't ordinary, it feels different, because it is. The atmosphere around your life is shifting, rising, widening with a momentum you haven't felt in years. And heaven is leaning close, not to pressure you, but to guide you into the clarity you've prayed for. That heaviness in your chest isn't fear, it's recognition. Your spirit understands this moment before your mind does. You're standing in the middle of a turning point, a crossroads that will shape the next chapter of your life. Not because something terrible will happen if you walk away, but because something meaningful is waiting if you stay aware. Feel the energy inside you. It's warm, almost electric, like truth brushing against your heart. That's Archangel Michael moving gently, encouraging you to stay present. He says, "My child, I've stood beside you in every quiet battle, every moment you doubted yourself, every night you held your emotions together. But this moment isn't like the others. This moment is clarity, this moment is alignment, this moment is a door opening, and I want you to see it instead of stepping past it." His words are not warnings, they're invitations. He isn't urging you because of danger, he's urging you because something beautiful is unfolding, and he doesn't want you to miss the peace and direction that come with it. Look at your journey. You've faced valleys, disappointments, and unexpected endings. You kept walking even when the path felt dim, you kept hoping even when people around you lost their hope. And now heaven is responding to that perseverance. You didn't come this far by accident, you reached this moment because your heart kept searching for truth. And heaven always meets a searching heart. You may not feel strong, but strength has been growing inside you quietly. The kind of strength that transforms seasons. That's why this moment is glowing with significance. My beloved, stay with me here. Take a breath, notice how your spirit rises the moment you slow down and listen. That's not coincidence, that's awakening. The universe is making space for the new chapter forming around you. God says, "I am guiding you gently, I am not rushing you. I am showing you a moment where your heart and my plan finally meet." These words aren't here to push you, they're here to steady you. They remind you that you're not walking into uncertainty, you're walking into alignment. You're stepping into clarity that has been waiting patiently to reach you. And Archangel Michael speaks again, but softer now, like a warm wind across your soul. Stay attentive, child, your intuition is opening, your spirit is waking, you're hearing the things you used to overlook, seeing the signs you used to skip. Not because you failed before, but because you're ready now. Ready in a way you've never been. And readiness opens doors that effort alone cannot. Feel that settle inside you. This moment is not about urgency of time, it's urgency of awareness. Heaven is highlighting what matters, so you don't walk past your own breakthrough without realizing it. Think about the times you felt lost. Think about the times you wished for direction, wishing someone would just tell you which way to go, how to move, how to begin again. My beloved, this moment is the answer to that longing. Not in the form of pressure, but in the form of illumination. You are being given clarity, you are being given spiritual calm, you are being given inner direction that will help you make choices without fear. And heaven wants you to receive that, instead of rushing through the moment, and missing what your soul has been asking for. This is why your breath feels deeper, why your mind is unusually still, why your chest feels full. This isn't danger, this is alignment. This is what it feels like when heaven steadies you. God says, "My beloved, you've been searching for signs, you've been waiting for reassurance." Here it is. I'm guiding you softly, not forcefully. I'm inviting you into clarity, not pushing you into fear. You're not being warned, you're being awakened. Not to avoid something, but to step into something. Something that carries peace, direction, stability, and the hope you thought you lost along the way. My child, don't pull away from this moment. Not because something will fall apart if you do, but because something beautiful can grow if you stay present. You're being reminded of who you are, not the version of you shaped by hurt or disappointment or doubt, but the version of you shaped by resilience, by compassion, by faith that kept rising even when life tried to quiet it. Heaven is urging you to see the path opening beneath your feet, to recognize the inner shift happening inside you. This is the kind of moment that plants clarity deep into your soul. Archangel Michael's voice deepens with encouragement. You are not here by accident, you are not hearing this by mistake, your spirit is clearer than it has been in a long time. Let this moment settle in your bones, let it steady you, let it focus you. And his words feel like a warm hand on your back, not pushing you but supporting you. You're being guided toward a new peace, a new certainty, a new direction that fits the person you're becoming. This isn't a final call, it is a meaningful one. A moment where your spirit says, yes. I needed this. My beloved, lift your head gently, feel the calm settling in your heart. This moment is not about what you must avoid, it's about what you're ready to embrace. God says, I am here, I am guiding you, I am leading you without force, without fear, without pressure. Trust the pull you feel, because it is peace in the making. And your spirit knows it, you can feel the shift inside you, soft, steady, unmistakable. This is your turning point, not rushed, not threatened, just real, sacred, and aligned. Open the door. My beloved, something inside you already knows this moment is different, it carries a weight, a pull, a quiet trembling in your spirit. Because your life is shifting in ways you can't yet see. This is not a threat, this is an awakening. Heaven isn't telling you to rush in fear, heaven is inviting you to rise in awareness. You're not standing at the edge of danger, you're standing at the edge of clarity. And clarity comes with a sacred kind of urgency, because it wants to reach you while your heart is open enough to receive it. My beloved child, feel the energy around you. It's softer now, but stronger too, like a warm wind brushing through your soul. That is Archangel Michael guiding you, not to scare you but to steady you. He says, child, stay here, stay present. Your spirit is listening in a way it hasn't in a long time. This moment isn't loud, but it is meaningful. It's the kind of moment that plants direction in your heart, the kind of moment that gently realigns your steps without forcing anything on you. Heaven isn't here to warn you of loss, it's here to show you the potential rising in your life. Look back at everything you've carried. The disappointments, the hopes you held quietly, the moments you weren't sure you'd get through, but still you did. Those experiences didn't break you, they shaped you. They taught you resilience, they taught you depth, they taught you how to recognize truth when it stands in front of you. That's why this moment feels familiar even though it's new. It's touching the same place in your soul that prayed for direction, prayed for peace, prayed for a sign that your life still has beauty unfolding ahead. My beloved, don't drift away now. Not because anything bad will happen if you do, but because something good is reaching for you. You're in a pocket of stillness right now, a rare moment where your thoughts are quiet enough for your spirit to speak up. And what it's saying is simple: stay. Not in fear, stay in awareness. Stay in understanding, stay in the clarity that is rising like dawn inside you. You don't need to fear missing anything, you just need to remain present long enough to understand what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. Michael's voice comes again, but this time it's gentle, like a reassuring hand on your shoulder. Child of God, you've carried battles no one knows about. You've walked through seasons that tried to silence you. But you didn't give up, and that strength is opening doors now. His words are not commands, they're encouragements. He's reminding you that you are ready, ready for the clarity, ready for the shift, ready for the blessings that align with who you're becoming. This isn't a moment to fear, it's a moment to lean into. My beloved one, breathe. Notice how your heart slows when you pay attention, notice how the heaviness lifts when you stop running from your own emotions. That is evidence of healing already beginning. Heaven isn't here to push you into action, it's here to open your awareness. So you can see the opportunities forming around your life. You are not being called into pressure, you are being called into purpose. And purpose always comes with a gentle urgency, because it recognizes how easily we overlook moments meant to change everything. You've spent so much of your life carrying others, supporting others, encouraging others. And yet when it comes to yourself, you've been hesitant, unsure, afraid to trust the voice inside you. But God says, my beloved, trust the feeling that rises in you now. It is peace, it is alignment, it is my hand guiding you. There is no punishment here, no consequence if you walk away. But there is an opportunity, one that grows brighter the longer you stay connected to the stillness unfolding in your heart. The room around you may look the same, but the atmosphere within you is shifting. Not because of supernatural pressure, but because of inner truth rising to the surface. You're sensing things you've suppressed for years, your worth, your direction, your calling. And that's why this moment carries urgency, not because something will go wrong, but because something is finally going right. You're seeing clearly, you're feeling clearly, you're knowing clearly. Michael speaks with warm certainty now. You're closer than you think, not to danger, to transformation. Not to loss, to growth. Not to confusion, to clarity. His words echo through your spirit like a promise. You don't have to fight this moment, you don't have to earn it. You simply have to stay aware long enough for your heart to catch up with what heaven already knows about you. This is the kind of moment that becomes a turning point later, when you look back and say, that's when things started to make sense. My beloved child, lift your head gently. You are safe here, you are guided here, you are chosen for clarity, not chaos. For direction, not confusion. For peace, not pressure. Heaven isn't rushing you, it's reminding you that your life matters, your heart matters, your future matters. And right now your spirit is awake enough to hear that truth deeply. Stay with it, let it settle, let it move through you without fear. This is your moment, not to run but to rise. Not to panic but to perceive. Not to decide instantly, but to understand fully. And heaven is proud of how far you've come to reach this point. And now I am fighting to keep this door open, not because danger waits behind you, but because clarity is standing in front of you. My beloved, this moment isn't about fear, it's about awareness. You're standing in a turning point, where your heart, your past, and your future meet in a single breath. And Archangel Michael says, "Child, stay present." Not because something terrible will happen if you walk away, but because something meaningful is here if you choose to notice it. His wings don't guard you from threats, they guard you from distraction, from doubt, from walking past a moment created to give you peace and direction. And God Himself speaks with fire and tenderness. My child, my heart is burning for you. I've carried you through seasons you never told anyone about, I've strengthened you in ways you didn't even recognize. I've sent guidance, comfort, and intuition to your spirit more times than you know. And now I'm inviting you into a moment that brings all those threads together. This isn't pressure, this is presence. This miracle isn't a reward you must earn, it's a gift aligned with your growth. A blessing waiting for your awareness to catch up to it. My beloved, open your heart to receive, not because time is running out, but because your soul is finally ready. This is your turning point. Not because of a deadline, but because of alignment. Every pain you endured, every disappointment you survived, every night you felt unseen, they've shaped a strength in you that is rising right now. You are standing at the beginning of something powerful, not at the edge of danger, but at the edge of becoming. That's why heaven feels so close, that's why your spirit feels stirred. Moments like this aren't ordinary, they're invitations to rise into the version of yourself you've been longing to meet. Lean in deeper, my beloved. You're not just reading words, you're stepping into clarity. Each sentence is a thread woven with intention, bringing you closer to the peace and direction that have been waiting gently at your door. That soft heaviness you feel around you, the sense that time feels slower, warmer, fuller. It isn't a warning, it's presence. Heaven hasn't pressed pause to pressure you, it has simply created a quiet space around your heart. So you can finally hear what has been whispering to you for years: you are stronger than you think, more guided than you realize, and more prepared for this season than you know. Archangel Michael stands near. Not as a warrior guarding you from unseen danger, but as a guide clearing the noise around your mind. He says, "Child of God, I've watched you fight battles inside yourself. Battles of doubt, of exhaustion, of uncertainty. And now I'm here to remind you that you're not walking alone. This moment isn't about choosing under pressure, it's about recognizing what your heart has already accepted." His tone is steady, reassuring. Not demanding anything, simply illuminating the path already unfolding beneath your feet. God whispers again, softer this time. Like a warm breeze moving through your spirit. My beloved, I've never abandoned you. Every valley you walked through, I walked through with you. Every tear you cried, I noticed. Every time you kept going when you felt tired in your bones, I saw your strength. What you're sensing now isn't urgency of fear, it's urgency of purpose. You are stepping into a moment that aligns with who you're becoming. Don't rush it, don't force it, just remain open enough to receive what I'm placing gently into your hands. My child, you are not at the edge of a fall, you are at the threshold of growth. The tug you feel inside isn't a warning, it's recognition. Your spirit knows this is real, your soul knows this is meaningful. You've been waiting for a sign that things are shifting for the better, and this is that moment. Not because heaven demands action, but because heaven offers awareness. Awareness that lifts you, awareness that steadies you, awareness that reminds you that your journey is heading somewhere beautiful. The stillness around you is sacred, not scary. It's the kind of stillness that settles before sunrise, when everything feels paused because something new is about to unfold. Archangel Michael says, "Child, do you feel this peace rising in your chest?" That's alignment, that's clarity, that's heaven guiding you gently into your next chapter. He isn't urging you to hurry, he's urging you to listen. To breathe, to allow this moment to land in your heart as softly as it was meant to. My beloved, lift your head softly. Nothing is closing on you, nothing is slipping away, you are not running out of time, you are stepping into it. This moment is sacred because you are present enough to receive it. Heaven isn't shouting, heaven is inviting. God says, "My child, trust the calm you feel, trust the pull that is drawing you forward, trust the growth you've earned through years of surviving what should have broken you." And you can feel the truth of it settling warmly in your chest. This isn't a final call, it's a meaningful one. A moment where everything inside you says, "I needed this, I'm ready for this, this is my shift." And as you breathe, you can almost sense the next chapter opening, not with pressure, but with promise. You are not being pushed, you are being guided. You are not being warned, you are being welcomed. And heaven is incredibly proud of the person you are becoming. My beloved, feel this moment with clarity, not fear. That racing pulse in your chest, and the goosebumps rising across your skin, aren't warnings, they're awakenings. They're gentle signals from your spirit saying, "Pay attention. Something meaningful is happening here." This is not about danger, it's about awareness. It's about recognizing the shift unfolding inside you, the shift that has been quietly building for months, maybe even years. This moment carries importance, because you are finally ready for it. And Archangel Michael is near. Not to shield you from threats, but to guide you through noise. He says, "Child, remain present." You've been surrounded by distractions, doubts, and moments that pulled your attention away from your own growth. But right here, right now, clarity is settling in your heart. His presence isn't urgent because of fear, it's urgent because of alignment. Opportunities feel urgent when your soul is growing into the version of you that can receive them. God says, "My child, I have waited for this moment with patience beyond measure." Not because this is the last opportunity, but because this is the one where your heart is open enough to understand what I'm giving you. Every tear you cried built compassion in you, every struggle developed resilience, every lonely night strengthened your intuition. Nothing was wasted. And now your spirit is finally strong enough to carry the blessings you once felt unprepared for. My beloved, this is not a countdown, it is a lift. I am raising you into the clarity you prayed for. You are standing at a threshold, not of danger but of development. The edge you feel inside isn't the edge of falling, it's the edge of rising. A new version of you is being born from the experiences you've walked through. Heaven isn't warning you to rush, it is guiding you to recognize your readiness. This is not about fear of missing something, this is about embracing something you've grown into. Lean closer, my beloved. Feel the truth settling in your spirit. You're not brushing against eternity because time is running out, you're brushing against it because your awareness has finally widened enough to notice heaven's guidance. That warm heaviness around you isn't pressure, it's presence. The air feels different because your inner world is adjusting to new understanding, new peace, new direction. You are stepping into clarity, not because heaven forced it, but because your spirit has been quietly preparing for this moment. Archangel Michael stands beside you like a pillar of calm strength. He says, "Child of God, I have walked alongside you through every quiet battle inside your heart. When doubt whispered you weren't enough, I stood with you until confidence returned. When confusion clouded your path, I worked to clear your mind. And now I am here, not to push you, but to steady you." This is a moment of awakening, one your soul has been waiting to fully receive. His words are not demands, they're guidance, they're alignment, they're a reminder that you're supported in ways you sometimes forget. My beloved, breathe deeply. Notice how your thoughts slow when you're present, notice how your chest softens when you listen without fear. This is a sign of growth, this is a sign of healing. Your spirit isn't trembling because something is wrong, your spirit is responding to truth that feels surprisingly familiar. You've walked through shadows, and now you're ready to walk into light. Not a sudden blinding light, but a gentle unfolding of peace you've earned. God whispers again. My child, trust the calm that rises within you, trust the pull that brings you closer to moments of clarity. Trust that I am guiding you, not through threats or countdowns, but through peace, intuition, and steady presence. This is a sacred pause, a breath in time where your heart aligns with heaven's direction. You are not being warned, you are being welcomed. Welcomed into understanding, welcomed into growth, welcomed into the next season of your life. My beloved one, don't turn away from this moment, not because of fear, but because of meaning. Your heart brought you here, your intuition kept you here, your spirit recognized a truth here that your mind is just beginning to understand. That gentle pressure in your chest, that's not danger, it's a door inside you opening. A door to insight, a door to healing, a door to deeper clarity about your purpose and your path. Archangel Michael speaks again. Steady and sure, chosen one, I have defended your purpose, not from enemies but from doubt. I have cut through confusion, not through battle but through guidance. And now I stand with you as you step into awareness that has been waiting for you. His voice doesn't warn, it encourages. It strengthens, it lifts. He isn't telling you that a door will close forever, he's telling you that a door within you is opening right now. And your presence is the key. God says, my child, I am not asking for urgency of fear, I am asking for attention of love. You have grown, you have healed, you have survived so much. And now you are ready to receive the goodness that has always been meant for you. This isn't about a countdown, it's about alignment. It's about acknowledging the moment your soul says, "Yes, I'm ready now." Beloved, everything you feel right now. Every tear that rises unexpectedly, every moment your chest tightens with recognition, every breath that feels deeper than usual, shows that truth is landing softly in your heart. You are not being rushed, you are being realized. You are stepping into a version of yourself that has been waiting to emerge. Heaven is not warning, it is welcoming. And your spirit is saying yes.